What the hell? What the hell? One Piece chapter 754. What the actual hell? You got Zoro. Zoro's just like, yeah, I've taken time. He's actually come up with a fucking strategy. Holy shit. Zoro's like, I finally gotten the hang of this. I figured you out. And he said, hey, you thought you could take down the Straw Hats like this? There ain't shit that you can do to us. There's more to the Straw Hat crew than Luffy and God Usopp. Never forget this. I'm Roronoa Zoro. I'm gonna be the king of the pirates. And he proceeds, while Pika's in that huge ass form, he proceeds to just cut this dude's shit up, man. He cuts this dude's shit up. Oh my god. And I'm gonna say this, right? When you look at Zoro, what's truly frightening about this dude is the fact that since we've been in the New World, we have not, excuse me, we have not seen this dude's true power. We've caught flashes of it, but we haven't seen the full extent of his power, and that's absolutely fucking insane. That he's still suppressed. Despite the fight with Hody Jones and all that, this dude is still suppressed. And he's kicking ass. Oh my god. What the hell kind of training did he do with Mihawk? That's what I want to know. What the hell kind of training did he do with Mihawk to where he's this powerful? Because, like, Zoro before wasn't pulling some shit like this. Like, Zoro has some crazy feats. He has some crazy feats, man. Fuck my neighbors for running those fucking motorcycles while I'm recording. Fuck y'all. But, like, Zoro has some crazy feats. Like, when he's all fucked up after the fight with Mihawk, and he starts holding his own with Arlong, and Fishman are like 10 times stronger than normal human beings. And Zoro's just cut the fuck up. And when Arlong peels this dude's shirt back and sees how banged up this dude is and how badly cut up he is, he's just like, what the hell is this dude? Like, Zoro's a fucking stamina freak. But he's also fucking strong as hell. And what's crazy about this is, again, like, even like when Pika is, you know, when their fight first opens up, Zoro's just casually slicing through, talking mad shit. Even when Pika is launching little surprise attacks, like, Zoro never looks phased. He looks like he's in complete control. Jesus, I like this dude, man. I like Zoro, man. Again, it's like with the Straw Hats, like, it just keeps changing on which character I like more than the other, man. Like, now for this chapter, I'm like a Zoro fanboy. I like that, man. I like that, man. I like that. And I gotta say, like, what happened with Zoro and Pika is enough to where you overlook what happened with Kanjuro, you know, finally making the debut in the series, where you got Kanimon, and he's just like, hey, Kanjuro, nice seeing you. Hey, oh, wow, you've been hiding in the wall. I can't eat your lettuce. Your food tends to give me belly aches. And talk about Momonosuke, and what I found very interesting. This is what I found interesting. So, when Kanimon is talking, and Kanjuro says, like, the very first thing that comes out of his mouth, just about, might have been the first thing or second thing, but one of the first things to come out of his mouth is like, so is Momonosuke okay? You know, I hope his well-being or something. And you could say that's like cordial, polite, and everything, but it's just like, let's look at this from a different perspective. Because I've gotten the hang of how Oda likes to write shit. So let's look at this from perspective, okay? So when Kanimon was shown, when he was shown to us, back in Punk Hazard, and he's just a walking head. He's like, I gotta find my son. I gotta find my son. Like, that's one of the very first things that we hear come out of his mouth. You know, the second thing, obviously, is like, my dude was like the no-fap challenge king because he was staring at Nami's tits the whole time. And the dude didn't fap. Granted, he didn't have a body, so he couldn't fap. But he's just staring at those luscious boobs the whole time, right? I had to slip that in. I couldn't help that, man. It's like, I know someone's like, that's so fucked up you said that. But the first thing that comes out of his mouth is like, "Gotta find my son." He makes this huge thing. Now we have another samurai from Wano, and you got Kanjuro like, so is Momonosuke okay? Is he in good health? And it's just like, that's some shit that you would expect a parent to say. A parent, like, and the reason why I say that is you, if that's not your kid, that's not gonna be one of the first things out of your mouth. Is to check on the well-being of the kid. Like, you're gonna shoot the shit and catch up with your dude, and then you're gonna ask about the kid and all this shit. Like, that's what you're gonna do. And this lets me know this is very early on in the conversation, the very beginning, because if they had been talking before that, you wouldn't have seen uh, Kinemon saying like, "Oh yeah, Kanjuro, it's so nice to see you. I've been looking for you." I mean, that's interesting to me. That's interesting. And I don't know. Maybe it's because like I'm at a point now where like I've talked about having kids, and I mean, granted, I mean and like I said, maybe that's what it is, and so I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking differently at this point. I'm thinking about how I would react, but it's just little stuff like that. Like something don't seem right with this. I can't put my finger on it, but something don't seem right when it comes to that. But I mean, this could just as easily be Oda, just writing character interactions, so we know that that's something that he does. But at the same time, I've learned my lesson with Oda. If it smells like piss, it doesn't matter how much Febreze you spray on it. You can still smell the piss. And he just marked his territory right here. I don't know what it is. But with that being said, those are some ugly ass birds that Conjuro's drawn. Like, holy shit, those are some ugly ass birds. Like, those birds look like a 2-year-old drew them. Like, those things are hideous. Granted, I can't draw worse shit either, so I got no room to talk, right? But I found it interesting that he's got those birds. He can draw those little paintings. And the whole time it's just like, well, if you could do that, how come you never left? So I'm guessing there's some type of range. I'm guessing there's some type of range to how long or how far those birds can fly. But I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see that bit. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's gonna be interesting as hell to see that bit. Now, I do want to kind of jump over towards the whole thing with Luffy because once again, Luffy, he's showing that uncanny ability to be able to win people over to his side. And that's something Doflamingo said was a very dangerous power, and it's true. But it's also something that with Luffy, he's starting to go that route of the traditional shonen main character now. And you can tell, like, this is when Shonen Jump has been in Etro Oda's ear now. You can tell this shit. Because, I mean, we got, like, the fucking battle arc. That's, like, one of the things they really try and push when the series starts getting super popular and exploding. And I know from, like, some of you guys' comments, Annie's Lobby and Marineford are really when, like, the series really began to blow up. Like, it was always big in Japan, but like from what you guys said, it was like Annie's Lobby is when it really started ticking up, and Marineford, this shit just blew up. And I remember like reading Naruto and being on Sawyer 7 Mage's Naruto reviews, and people like, where's the One Piece review? I'm like, what the fuck is One Piece? This cartoonish looking shit. Like, this was before I even read anything, so I didn't know any better. But that shit used to piss me off back then. But this is the thing though, right? Like, Luffy is starting to do the whole shonen main character, everyone helps me because they believe in me, the power of friendship. Those tropes are starting to creep in heavier than ever. Like, they're always there in One Piece, but like now it's just like, dude, we don't need Oda to say over and over and over, like, we're helping you, Straw Hat, we believe in you. And the way he did it in this one, at least he cleverly did it. He didn't do some shit like Hiro Mashima would do. He cleverly did this to where when they're bonding, it's over the fact that they're gonna beat the hell out of Doflamingo. And he did it, he hid it behind the comedy, so you don't even pay attention to the fact that they are forming bonds of friendship. They are forming those bonds of friendship. So I thought that was pretty interesting, man. I like that, because, and I like how, like, Luffy, like, when Law's like, well, my hatred goes back 13 years. Luffy says, well, my hatred goes back 30 years. And Cavendish is like, you're barely older than me. There's no way. I mean, well, I'm barely older than you. There's no way your hatred goes back 30 years. And it's like Luffy logic. Luffy logic. You can't argue with him. You can't argue with him. You just give him whatever the fuck you ask for and hope he don't fuck shit up too badly. But, you know, everyone's clearing the way for the Straw Hats. And I like that. I like that a lot. And I also like how, like, when Zoro saw that, you know, the crew was in danger. When Zoro saw that the crew was in danger. So this would be Rebecca, and this would be Nico Robin and Bartolomeo. When he sees that, he finally gets serious with Pika. Like, he had been jacking off the whole time, and he finally got serious. And I think that says a lot about Zoro's character, because we're seeing that definitely Zoro could be a captain of a crew. Like, all the Straw Hats could be a captain of their own crew, okay? But, like, Zoro, it's interesting. It's interesting, because when Zoro first joined up with Luffy, like, Volume 1, so this would be, like, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, somewhere around there. Chapter 6, 4 through 6. I know that's when Zoro popped up. Because I remember when I started trying to watch the anime after I started doing the manga reviews, and I was like, why is the Zoro stuff being adapted out of order? But here's the thing, though, right? Like, when you look at Zoro, one of the things he told Luffy is, like, if you ever do anything to endanger my dream of being the greatest swordsman, I'll kill you. I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said. I'll kill you. And with the Mihawk fight, I was the same thing. It was like, look, this is my dream to be the greatest swordsman. Get the fuck out of my way. And that's why he challenged Mihawk. And so when you get here, the captain isn't around. He hasn't been acknowledged. He hasn't been acknowledged. He, like, the head captain, Luffy, they're making a big fuss over him. Usopp, who's essentially the jester of the group, the guy who kept calling himself captain. Basically, Luffy's the alpha male, Usopp is the beta male, and the beta had been calling himself captain. And maybe I'm thinking too much into Zoro's psyche. I don't think Zoro took any offense to that, but Zoro is an alpha himself. And you don't fuck with the alpha's territory. Maybe it's because he saw Nico Robin coming, and I know people ship Zoro and Nico Robin because you guys told me that in the comment section. So maybe it's a situation like that where Zoro's just like, you don't touch my Nico Robin. But I found it interesting that, you know, Zoro bossed up to protect the crew in that one moment. And I want to know what you guys think. What do you think made Zoro finally get serious? Was it keeping his crew intact? Was it him thinking, like, the captain isn't around, I need to step up? Or was it just Zoro finally figuring out, like, okay, I now to stop Pika? Let me know down in the comment section below. But, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way into the end. Have an awesome day, guys.